Thanks, Mike. The Platte County Sheriff's Office opened a community class to give insight on what the Sheriff's Office does. KQ2's Zachary Scott has more on the Citizens Academy.
The Platte County Sheriff's Office is bringing back a classic program where Platte County residents get a first look inside what happens with the Sheriff's Office.
We look for citizens who reside in Platte County that want to learn more about the Sheriff's Office. We also open it up to business owners, and beyond that, we would open it up to other individuals.
The Citizens Academy allows members to see all divisions in the Sheriff's Office to let them see what goes on in a day of law enforcement.
Sheriff Allen felt it was important to continue to give the opportunity for the citizens of Platte County to learn and experience what various jobs in the Sheriff's Office are. Everything from patrol to investigations, our emergency management, our communication center with our dispatchers, our narcotics detectives, our cyber crimes detectives, our general investigation crime, even the administrative division.
The Platte County Sheriff's Office is using the Citizens Academy to let the public know that they're always working towards protecting Platte County.
As a parent agency, we want people to see what exactly we do and what's involved with the Sheriff's Office. They spend the next 3 weeks, 4, 5, and 6, with the patrol division, seeing what our patrol officers do. We provide 24/7 service to the citizens of Platte County. A majority of the county is still unincorporated, where we're the primary law enforcement agency. I hope that people realize the good work that the individuals with the Sheriff's Office do on a daily basis.
The Platte County Citizens Academy will be finishing its summer to fall session November 12th. Reporting in Kansas City, Zachary Scott, KQ2 News.
For more on the Citizens Academy, you can go to the Platte County Sheriff's website at plattesheriff.org and click on the Information tab. Well, the Missouri NAACP is suing to block Governor Mike Kehoe from signing the state's new congressional district map into law. A Cole County judge heard arguments from both the state and NAACP on Monday. The lawsuit, originally filed on September 3rd, accused the governor of illegally calling a special session, arguing damages to the taxpayer, the organization, and legislators should result in a pause. However, it was not taken up. The organization argues that just because the session happened does not mean the end result should go through. A similar lawsuit has been filed in Jackson County Court. KQ2 has reached out to the Jefferson City and Kansas City branches of the NAACP, but have not heard back at this time. If Kehoe does sign the new map into law before a judge can rule, more court battles are expected to follow. A reminder, starting today, Second Harvest Community Food Bank is partnering with restaurants across St. Joseph during Hunger Action Month. Today through Thursday, participating restaurants will donate a portion of the day's proceeds to Second Harvest. Funds raised will go toward giving meals to families in need in Northwest Missouri and Northeast Kansas. To view a full list of participating restaurants, visit Second Harvest website. This weekend, St. Joseph gearing up to Walk to End Alzheimer's. On Saturday, the Alzheimer's Association is hosting the 2025 Walk to End Alzheimer's. At last check, 190 participants and 31 teams have registered. Right now, nearly $29,500 has been raised, which is about 66% of the $45,000 goal. The event is at the St. Joe Frontier Casino, opening at 9 a.m. The opening ceremony starts at 10 and the walk begins at 10:15. Turning now to national news, the U.S. Department of Education is out with an update on backlogs for student loan repayment applications. In a court filing this week, the Education Secretary said 305,000 student loan income-driven repayment plan applications were approved or denied in August. There are more than 1 million applications still waiting to be processed. As for applications for student loan forgiveness, 5,600 were processed last month, with more than 70,000 waiting for a decision. The Education Department's update comes as part of a lawsuit filed earlier this year by the American Federation for Teachers. The group accused the agency of denying borrowers the right to loan forgiveness or affordable plans for repayment. House Republicans have released a proposal to fund the government through November 21st and avert a government shutdown the end of this month. The 7-week stopgap bill would buy more time to negotiate a broader deal. The plan is not bipartisan and contains no provisions that Democrats want. Most House Democrats are expected to vote against the proposal. If so, that would force House Speaker Mike Johnson and Republicans to deliver the votes on their own. House leadership hopes to vote on the bill Friday, the last day before Congress leaves for a week-long recess for Rosh Hashanah. It's not yet certain when the Senate would take up the bill. When we come back on Live at 5, a financial expert helps break down the world of fees. We'll be right back after a break. Welcome back. Fees, you see them everywhere, but what do they mean? An expert from Gertzema Wealth Advisors joins us to help clear up some of the confusion surrounding fees.
Let's talk about something people care about and often get confused by. Fees. I know what you're thinking. Fees? Really? But stick with me, because this is about knowing who's making money on your money. And if you've ever looked at a statement and wondered why it doesn't look the way you expected, fees could be a part of the answer. Think of it like ordering at a restaurant. You see a price on the menu, but then tax, tip, maybe a service charge. Suddenly that $15 meal costs $22. And that's how fees can work in financial services. If you don't know where they're hiding, you may be paying more than you realize. Maybe you've heard an advisor say, "I don't charge fees." Sound great, right? Free advice. But here's the reality. No one works for free. Not your plumber, not your mechanic, and not your financial advisor. Often, it means they're compensated in a different way, maybe through commissions on investments, annuities, or insurance products. Instead of you writing them a check, the company whose products they sold provides compensation. Now, that doesn't make it wrong. It just means you should ask, do I understand who's paying them? Because that relationship may influence the recommendations you receive. Now, let's pull back the curtain. One example of a fee is a front-end load. That's a fee you pay right when you invest. For example, let's say you invest $100,000 and there's a 5% load. That means $5,000 goes to the fees and $95,000 is invested on day one. Here's why it matters. That $5,000 doesn't have the opportunity to grow over time. So what looks like a small upfront fee may have a bigger impact years down the road. And that's just one type. There are also fund expense ratios, insurance riders, and other trading costs. These don't always show up as a line item on your statement. The costs are built into the product itself. Now, I want to be clear. There are many ways advisors get paid. Some charge a flat fee, some charge a percent of assets, some earn commissions. Each model can make sense in different situations. The key word is transparency. Do you know how your advisor is compensated? Do you understand the layers of costs that may be involved? Think of it like a concert ticket. The band gets paid, the crew gets paid, the arena gets paid. When you know where your money is going, the price makes more sense. It's the same with investing. Multiple parties may receive compensation, and it helps to know who and how much. Here's a better question than what are the fees? Ask, what am I getting for the fees I pay? Because financial advice is more than just picking investments. Comprehensive planning may include tax strategies, estate planning, cash flow reviews, insurance considerations, and retirement income planning. If all you're getting is a portfolio review once a year, maybe that's not enough. But if you're receiving help that addresses multiple areas of your financial life, that may represent value. So how do you take control? By asking better questions. Don't ask, do you charge fees? Ask, how are you paid? What other costs are attached to this investment? Can you show me in writing the fees that I will pay? And what services are included in those fees? You don't need to be a financial expert to understand the answers. What you need is an advisor who is open and straightforward. Here's the bottom line. Transparency builds trust. Whether you work with our firm or someone else, you deserve to know what you're paying, why you're paying it, and what services you are receiving in return. The question isn't, are there fees? Because there always are. The question is, do I understand them, and am I comfortable with the value I'm receiving? Once you have that clarity, you may feel more confident, more in control, and less surprised when you open your statement.
Well, still ahead on Live at 5, a confusing economic picture has consumers clinging to their wallets just as the holiday shopping season is about to get underway.
And chances for thunderstorms get a little bit better. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. First, here's your almanac. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Now, from the KQ2 Weather Desk, your KQ2 Local Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Mike Brasciano. Sponsored by Colony House Furniture and Bedding.
Mike, you know it's hot out there when I turned down the thermostat, and you watched me do
I
it.
did. I did. You actually walked over to the thermostat and turned it down from 80 to 78. Good for you, Mary Grace. Good for you. And I'm sure while I'm doing the weather segment here, you'll go back over and turn it up to 83.
It is
That's
getting a
fine,
little cool
but
in
yes,
here.
it is. A day today that you might want to keep that air conditioner going because we had highs in the 90s. All right. Dew points too, they've been a little bit of an issue for us. The past week we've been kind of humid across the area, and we really haven't been able to get any showers and thunderstorms that develop yet. And I think that the forecast for your Wednesday and Thursday shows more moisture moving into the area, and that's important for us because that means our chances for showers and thunderstorms are going to be a little bit better with that more humidity in the air. Then look what happens as we go into the start of next week. We're going to actually be able to enjoy some beautiful weather for a couple of days. Now, we'll talk about the rain, the thunderstorms that are occurring out to the east of us, also some big storms out to the west. And as we go through tonight, notice there are a few thunderstorms that develop. They're not really well organized, but they're spotty out there. Then towards the morning hours, as we talked about in first weather, the 9 o'clock time frame, we have a little bit better chances for some showers and thunderstorms to develop. And then that moves by. And then we watch for Wednesday night for another round of showers and thunderstorms starting to make their way into the area. So the best chances look to be tomorrow morning and Thursday morning as this disturbance continues to move away. But then watch out. Thursday afternoon, there could be a few scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. Now, we do need the rain, and right now, if we're lucky, we might see some areas getting up to an inch of rain. Heavier rainfall should be well to the north of us. And those rain chances are going to be there. There you can see tomorrow night, Thursday morning, Friday, and Saturday there'll be another little chance for some storms. Bigger storms right now over western parts of Nebraska, northwestern parts of Kansas. These are all tending to drift more to the north and to the east. Yesterday we had a boundary of storms stretching from Kirksville all the way down to the south part of Missouri. Now for us, we're just watching these storms out by Cameron. Can't rule out maybe a scattered storm for tonight. 65, tomorrow 87. Then the extended forecast, those chances for storms will continue to be there. Weekend looks dry. Look at Monday, looks good. Tuesday, back up to 85 degrees. Mary Grace?
All right, thank you, Mike. Well, shoppers may be pulling back on holiday spending this year. In its annual Holiday Outlook survey, PricewaterhouseCoopers found seasonable spending could decline on average by 5% compared to last year. This would be the first notable drop since 2020. Mako Yoshida has a closer look at what's impacting what consumers are saying.
The holiday season is fast approaching. But recent economic data reveals prices are heating up while the labor market is cooling down. A cloudy financial picture dampening shopper spirits.
Consumers have been feeling rather subdued about the economy. Their sentiment has been declining over the course of 2025, concurrently with the escalation of tariff rhetoric.
That downturn coming at a critical time for retailers.
Consumers are going to be heading into the holiday shopping season with a lot of caution.
Accounting firm PricewaterhouseCoopers forecasts American shoppers will pull back on their holiday spending this year, reversing a trend of year-over-year growth since 2020.
Our survey showed pullback in spend, 5% year-over-year pullback in holiday spend. It's really Gen Z that's driving the pullback. Gen Z intends to spend 23% less year-over-year.
A slowdown in seasonal spending, according to University of Michigan's Joanne Shu, could be good for people's pocketbooks in the short term. but may have ripple effects across the larger economy.
Consumer spending drives about 70% of aggregate GDP. If large numbers of consumers pull back their spending, that means the businesses that serve those consumers are not going to have so much strength in their revenues and their profits. It's going to weaken business conditions and could lead businesses to contract or even some to fail.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
Up next on Live at 5, we take a look back on Robert Redford's life and career. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Legendary actor and director Robert Redford has died at the age of 89. A family representative saying he died at his home in Utah early this morning, the place he loved, surrounded by those he loved. No cause of death was provided. ABC's Rena Roy takes a look back at his life and prolific career in Hollywood.
From his $1 million smile to his charismatic performances on the big screen, Robert Redford was the quintessential Hollywood heartthrob, first rising to fame in 1969 in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
I want to fight him!
From there, the California native became one of the most bankable leading men for decades, starring in other classics like The Sting.
Shaw's been planning to beat your game for months. He's just been waiting for you to cheat him.
The Way We Were.
I'm celebrating.
What are you celebrating?
I got you to cross the street.
And All the President's Men.
I wouldn't quote you even as an anonymous source. I mean, you'd be on deep background.
Where he portrayed Washington Post journalist Bob Woodward during the Watergate scandal. But aside from being an iconic figure on screen, he was also talented off screen as a producer and director, winning an Oscar for Best Director in 1983 for the film Ordinary People.
If anybody had told you a year ago that you would have been ... well, I just didn't think I was going to see this.
Despite his mainstream success, he was a champion for up-and-coming filmmakers, using the millions he made to launch the Sundance Institute and Festival in the 1970s.
I really believe it's going to be important in the years to come to make sure that we embrace the risks as well as the sure things, to make sure that freedom of artistic expression is nurtured and kept alive.
Redford also used his platform to fight for change as a staunch environmental activist. In 2016, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom for his significant contributions to American culture. But for Redford, it wasn't about recognition.
I'm not that comfortable celebrating myself, and there's so many red carpets, so many places that I'm more interested in what the purpose is, which is showing the films. And
when asked in 2017 how he'd like to be remembered, Redford said, "For the work, what really matters is the work." Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Stay with us. Mike has a final check of your forecast after a break.
All right, you were looking off to the east there. That's where the activity is, especially right around Cameron, where they're seeing some of the thunderstorm activity. Now, these storms will fire up and then they'll tend to fizzle out a little bit, and really by the time the sun sets, our chances for rain will kind of vanish. So with that being said, 65 for tonight. Tomorrow, 87. The chance for rain will be again in the morning and then into the evening. And then your extended forecast, it does cool down just a little bit as we go into the weekend. And again, it's not going to rain all the time. Next Monday looks pretty good with 81 being the high. Then I think as we get into the end of next week, we're going to warm right back up into the 80s again.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for joining us. World News Tonight is next. We'll see you back here for KQ2 News at 6. On the next Live at 5, we get ready for the Southside Fall Festival.
And of course, we'll be checking that forecast, so join us on the next Live at 5. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello.
Hello, mic check, 1, 2, 3.